going on, guys? Arko is what we're going to be using today. I have a little bit of pre-shave on, little Proraso pre-shave, little menthol kick. That menthol is definitely not as bad as, or not as strong rather, as PAA's The Cube, which is, if you like menthol, that's one to go for. The utensil today is my Gold Dollar 208 fake carbon fiber scales, and we're going with the RazoRock 24mm synthetic, finishing it off with some Stetson because I'm a cowboy. All right, I'm gonna wet the stick, and we'll use this, I suppose, as it's meant to be used. If you've been watching my videos long enough, you'll know sometimes what I'll do is I'll slice a chunk off. Oh, this is the same stick that I grated, right, and put in my other soap, my homemade soap. But yeah, if you watch my videos long enough, you'll know that I typically use a little sliver of soap that I've cut off of this stick in a bowl and lather from the bowl. So I bowl lather Arko shave stick. Arko does have a bowl, like a little tub that you could buy with their soap in it, but I don't have any of that. Another popular shave stick is the not Proraso, the Palmolive. But I don't think Palmolive has ever had a tub that you can lather from. I don't think that was a thing. I think it's just Arko that has that. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it is. So I'm going to dip the tips of my synthetic in the water, and we'll get to lathering. And immediately this stuff just kind of I've thought about this a lot, and it's really like a pointless thing because it'll never happen. Well, I don't know, maybe, but probably not. If I can only have one shaving soap, if I was going to a deserted island, right, and I could have a ton of one soap, which would it be? Well, Arko stores very well. It's in a compact little shave stick. They would last forever. I mean, this thing has been used since, what's that, 7/26/19? This one stick, I have like 4 more that I bought. I've probably used this one 30 plus times, and I still have half of a stick. More than half of a stick. And I have a bowl full of it, of this same stick that I've cut pieces off of, so, you know, you could probably get a year out of each stick, honestly. So I think Arko would probably be the one that I would. It's a tallow soap, you know. I don't know. It's not as far as Preshave, it's not as good as other tallow soaps, I would say. But other than that, it's perfectly fine. Add some water, paint that in. Hope everybody's having a good week. We're almost to New Year's Eve. Are you guys working New Year's Eve? I have to work New Year's Eve. I had to work Christmas Eve. I'll work New Year's Eve, and it's just how it is in IT. Because you know we have certain companies that don't close, medical facilities, and other facilities that I can't necessarily say that we work or don't work with. I work for a private company. I don't work for government, but. Anyways, so yeah, there's a lot of places that just don't shut down. And even on actual holidays themselves, we're on call, technically. Because if there was a breach or something like that, I am the one that they call. It's never happened before, you know, knock on wood. But it technically could happen. Alright, we're done lathering here. I'm just going to kind of paint this over. Get this over, and we're good. All right. Yep. But like I said, hope everybody is, if you're watching this after, you know, the new year or shortly before it, I hope you have a good one and or hope you had a good one. I have a special shave neck shave, so that's why I don't really have other soaps to show you guys for this shave that I would typically have you vote on for the following. I already have something kind of planned for the following shave. I hope I don't have the Rona. We've been fortunate. We haven't had anybody at work get it. We've had a lot of clients that have people in their offices that have gotten it, but we've been fortunate. We've been very fortunate not to deal with it, so. We are working back in the office. We've actually been working back in the office for several months now. But, I mean, it's not like a set rule, but you could tell, like, we all kind of keep our distance from each other. We do a lot more emailing as to where we used to maybe go in each other's offices a lot more. I mean, we still do occasionally, but majority of the time we email or use our texting feature software and kind of chat through that as opposed to going in each other's offices as much. And we do have a policy that if we go out to facilities, especially our medical facilities that we manage, that we kind of steer clear of that person that goes to the medical facility. Like we exile them. Nah, they're just kind of like, when they're in the office, they're kind of contained in the office, in their office. So, and we do that for a period of time, not too long, like a week. And if they're asymptomatic, they don't have any symptoms, then we typically just we're like, okay, you're good. You're good to go. But yeah, just try to stay as safe as we can. There was the first case of the new strain or whatever from the UK in Colorado, I think it was Colorado. The article I read, the lady that had it, I believe, also stated that she had not been without her mask anywhere she went, and she wore double masks. So, I don't know. Don't know. Oh yeah, I love Arko. The edge on this razor is a synthetic edge, and I'm kind of feeling it. It's not as, just adding a little bit of water here. It's not as smooth, not as buttery as I typically like them. So, but that's what's on this, and wanted to try it out because I lapped that Synth stone, and I just wanted to see if I may have knocked down some of the under my 60 times scope. If you look at the actual Synth stone itself, it kind of looked like it had some pitting on it, and I looked at my other Synth stone and it did not have the pitting. Now it's two different manufacturers, so I don't know. And I didn't really ever see an issue with it, although it had the pitting. But I went ahead and lapped the hell out of it and kind of got rid of the pitting. And then put that edge on this. I don't really notice any difference. It's still kind of harsh, in my opinion. Harsh, sharp. And I was watching Anthony, Anthony Esposito, and he was talking about edges and honing, and like, if you're coming to straight razors from DE razors, you're not going to know, like, you more than likely are going to expect a very sharp, what we consider harsh edges. Because there's no comfortable, like there's no truly comfortable DE edge. I mean, they're all super sharp. And so when you get into straight razors and, you know, you use synth stones, and you can even, I mean, even with natural stone, you can get things super sharp. I'm not saying you can't, but the majority of the time you are you're using synth edges to get super sharp, and you're using your natural stones to get more comfortable edges. My point being, he was talking about how he would send new guys coming from DEs trying straight razors. He would send them edges on his shobu or his uzuku or his other natural stones, and they would tell him that it's not sharp enough for them. And I haven't had that experience yet with someone that I've honed straight for come to me and tell me that it wasn't sharp enough. But I understand what he's saying, and it makes sense, because if you're, like I said, coming from DEs and you're expecting like a super, super sharp blade, and you know, you want to try out a natural stone from a honer, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get like a buttery, smooth, crisp edge. That's not the super sharp feeling that you're used to. Now, it can still get you BBS. I mean, you know, you can still get a baby bottom smooth shave from it, but you have to manipulate. Oh, that's a good shave. You have to manipulate the razor to do so. So, see, I had a lot of stubble, and I have nothing now. Apparently I have a little something there. I don't know if that's ingrown hair or what. But Stetson. Shake it up. Shake it up. Yeah, I swear. I think of a freaking cowboy. I guess because of the commercials, and I think the packaging, the box that this came in also had maybe like a cowboy in the box. This stuff does smell great though. Whew. Very, very nice shave. Can't recommend the edge. It's just way too sharp for me. I keep those synths around though, because there are some guys that do request sharp edges. Now, if a guy just sends me a razor, if he sends me multiple razors, I'll typically put multiple edges on them. So Paul sent me 2. I put 2 separate edges on them. Both of those are naturals. Most of the time, I'll do 1 synthetic, 1 natural. For Paul, I did two naturals. But I'll use a synthetic, and I'll tell them which one is which so they can kind of see what they like. Whew, that was a good shave. Am I shining? I think I'm shining. Anyways, I just talk about the dumbest stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. See you next video.